Hey everybody, welcome back to this amazing channel. Today we have a legend in the house, 72-year-old Lou Corona, who has been on raw living foods for 51 years.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I
amazing.
am.
Lou is literally my mentor, the healthiest person I know, one of the most inspiring people I know. And we are so blessed. Today he is showing us himself exactly how to make his coconut almond yogurt. It is incredible. I take the time to make it at home. It is literally one of my favorite things. And he's going to let us know why it's so amazing, the enzymes. And today, you guys, my cameraman actually had to step out for something. So I'm going to go behind the camera and make sure the audio and the video is good because we do not want to mess up this one. It's going to be amazing. Stick around to the end. And this is something amazing you guys can add into your lifestyle that just benefits your life so much because look at Lou, 72. Look at him. He just did a plank on here. It's unbelievable. So yeah.
It's one of the secrets.
Yeah. And this is one of his secrets to looking this good, feeling this good. And he's literally just one of the most amazing people I know. So I'm going to step behind the camera. Lou's going to take over and enjoy this recipe, you guys.
Hi, I'm Lou Corona, and I'm very excited to have this moment with you to share one of the secrets behind how I've been able to get away with living on a plant-based, organic, raw living foods, cultured foods for 51 years. I started when I was 21, I'm 72, and it's been a really great journey. So I'm showing you this because I think it's one of those kind of things you may incorporate for yourself in the future. I consider the almond coconut yogurt one of my favorite yogurts that I make. I make all kinds of nut seed yogurts across the board, but this one here is my favorite. This one I consider like a staple because I make incredible smoothies, dressings, different soups. I make different ice creams with it, different sauces with it. It's really endless of how creative you can get with this particular yogurt. But you can also do with other yogurts many different things with them as well. But this one here is bringing the almonds. I've already soaked them for 24 hours to release the enzyme inhibitors and the acids from them. So that's already been done. I just soaked them for basically 24 hours. I rinsed it 4 times during that time to get rid of those enzyme inhibitors and acids. And the almonds are now ready for use. You can eat them like that, or you can also take it to the next level and culturize it. And we also took the coconut meat and we're going to blend it together. And this is the coconut here, the young Thai coconut. And we've had them tested. They're non-toxic. They're really in great shape. And so we take the water and the meat. Here's the coconut water here. And the coconut meat is right here. So, but this is, I'm just going to open up a coconut. And so you can buy it at the store too, already done for you in a little package. See, it's got organic Thai coconuts. I'll show you how to open up a coconut real quick so we can go ahead and make the almond coconut yogurt, right? Anybody can do that, right?
And I just want to ask too, how does this yogurt benefit our body?
Well, the almond coconut yogurt it's because it's pre-digested and we're using 𝙒𝙑𝙈𝙀, which is a very powerful probiotic. It's got 5 bacterial strains in it. It's like a 5-star probiotic. Basically, when we put a teaspoon of that in this mix, I'm going to show you here in a second. But when you culturize it, it will actually pre-digest the proteins into amino acids. The protein, any protein doesn't do you any good unless you break it down into amino acids. Whether it comes from plant protein, animal protein, bottom line is you need to break it down into amino acids before the body can use it. Same thing with fats. You need to break down fats into fatty acids before the body can use it. Same thing with carbohydrates. You need to break down carbohydrates into glucose before your body can actually use it for energy, and so on. So if you want to build some strong, lean muscle, hair, skin, and bones, make more enzymes and hormones, and maintain cellular integrity, you want to eat protein, carbs, and fats that are easy to digest. So when you take this almond coconut, 2 ancient foods coming together and blend it up into a cream with 𝙒𝙑𝙈𝙀, 4 hours later, it gets pre-digested. It becomes enzyme activated, plus the friendly bacteria of 𝙒𝙑𝙈𝙀. 1 teaspoon is worth about 40 billion friendly microorganisms. And that's really powerful. So when you take 1 teaspoon and put it in this mix, within 4 hours, it turns into multiples of billions, maybe even trillions of friendly bacteria, which is really great for your gut. You want to have a good army of friendly bacteria in your gut. That's really, really important to have a strong digestive system, but also a clean running digestive system. And you want your intestinal tract to be able to absorb well, release waste well, and be in good integrity, right? So you want healthy intestinal flora. So it helps you do that. At the same time, it's pre-digested and enzyme activated. So it's a true, raw, living food that's enzyme active, cultured at the same time. It's a win-win, I'm telling you. And I've been doing it for years and years and years and years, and it's one of the secrets behind what I'm doing compared to what a lot of people are doing out there in the world today. And I know a lot of people that get into the raw vegan lifestyle, but they're not doing this, and they're not feeling like I'm feeling, and they cannot do what I'm doing. So,
You're not looking like you at 72.
so I'm just saying it works, and it works really well. I have people that are 23 that work out every day for 5 years and cannot do what I'm doing. They cannot do this. Just like that. That's core energy in the making right there. That's core energy in action. See, so all you do is take like a spatula and take the meat right out like this. See, it's real simple. So what we did is we did a lot of that right here. See that with several coconuts. So I'm just going to take one container full. I can use a cup, or I can use one of these containers and just drop it in there. Oops, I forgot about the coconut water. So I'm going to take the coconut water out because I just want a certain amount of coconut water. So now I'm going to add a little bit more coconut water. Okay. So the ratio is 1, 1, and 1. So we put one coconut in here of meat, and here's the coconut water, and then one container of almonds. So because we've already soaked it for 24 hours, releasing the acids and the enzyme inhibitors from the almonds, you can either blend it with the skin or without the skin. So this one I'm going to blend with the skin, and it comes out really good. Now, my best yogurt that I really like the most is when I take the time to watch a good movie and peel the skin right off the almonds. And all I do is, now some people have it where they use a paper towel, or you can just peel it just like that. And see the little nub coming out right there, the little sprout right there at the tip of it. But if you take and peel all the skin off and then whip it up into a yogurt, it comes out real white, real creamy, and very rich and awesome. That's my favorite way to make almond coconut yogurt. I'm glad you asked the question. But guess what? Yeah, I do it mostly this way. It still comes out great, and I enjoy it just as much. And but my favorite way is to do it the way I just told you. So I only do that occasionally. You know, when I watch a good meal, I'll peel some almonds and then do it that way. So now we're going to take it and drop a teaspoon of 𝑼𝑺𝑬 in here. So I just put a teaspoon in there. Now you can stop right there and go ahead and whip this up and blend it really good. I'm using a DynaPro blender. It's an amazing blender. It's very strong and powerful. It's like the greatest blender on the planet right now because you can vacuum seal your content. I'll show you that in a second. Now, right now, this is an optional thing, but this is what I'm doing. This is raw live protein. It's a protein complex. It's about 70% protein. It's all plant-based. It's based on ham protein and pea protein. Enzyme enhanced, easy to digest. So I'm going to put a couple tablespoons in here. This is Life Essentials. It's a whole food complex. So by putting both of them together at the same time, you assure, it's like an insurance policy. It assures you you're going to get all 22 amino acids, plus some really great fatty acids. It's really great for the hair, the skin, the nails, great for the brain, it's great for the heart, great for the liver regeneration. So it's pretty awesome. So now I just enhanced it with two powerful guys there. Now it looks like it's ready for blend. So now what we're going to do is get it ready for blend. But we're going to take it a little further and vacuum seal it. So this is the pump. It sucks the air right out of the blender. So that way it blends without oxygen. And that way it lasts much longer that way. And all you do is put it on like this, hit the button, and the pump is now sucking air right out of the blender. And this lid will not come off because it's being vacuumed together and it's really tight already. So as we vacuum seal it, and once it gets completed, it'll stop automatically. Once it's sucked all the air out of the blender. So when you blend something without air, then it doesn't oxidize so quickly. So we took some green apples, blended it all up without vacuum seal. We put it in a mason jar, an empty mason jar like this. Within 15 minutes, it turned brown. It got oxidized. And then we did the same thing with another batch of cut up apples. And then we vacuum sealed it, then blended it. And the next day, it was still fresh as it was when we put it in and took it out after we blended it. So it was amazing. So now we're going to go ahead and blend it up into a thick cream, and then we'll pour it into a container and let it sit for about 4 hours. And after 4 hours, you put it in the refrigerator, and it's already turned into yogurt already. It's got pre-digested. And then the next day, you can make smoothies, dressings, soups, sauces. And what I do is I make 3 little batches like this, but I only use 1 teaspoon on the first batch. But the other 2 batches that I make like this, I enhance it to 2 spoons of each one, each time. And after 3 batches, I put it in 1 container, something like this one, and I let it sit and I mix it really good together, and it gets cultured. And that way I can use it for 5-6 days into my week. You see what I mean? So now I'm just going to go ahead and pour it into our container. And then you just put the lid loose like this and let it sit for about 4 hours. And then that way it gives it a chance to culturize. And then you can put it in the fridge. Just clamp it like this and then slip it right into the fridge. Very simple, very convenient. I like using glass lock. Glass lock, you can go to glasslock.com, and this is a really nice container, glass, and it works really well. So, but when you first let it sit out the first 4 hours, keep the lid loose like this, just like that. That way it keeps the bugs out, but allows it to push any air out if it needs to. So if you ever let it sit too long, like let's say maybe you forgot about it, and all of a sudden 12 hours or 20 hours go by and it turns pink on the top. If it turns pink, then that means it's gone bad. If it doesn't turn pink, but it got kind of strong, you could actually still use it, but it's going to be strong. So it'll have a strong bite to it. So I remember one time I made a smoothie in my container, and I had it in the car. So I went to a meeting, and then I came back a couple of hours later, and it was a hot day. So the yogurt had cultured more. So when I took the cap off, it went boof. And so it got a little messy, but I drank it, and it was pretty strong, but it wasn't pink or anything. But I drank it, and I had so much energy after I did that. So when it gets strong like that, before it turns pink or anything, it's still good. But that strong culturedness, man, it's got so much energy in it. And it just goes right in real quick, and you can feel it. When you let the probiotics go to work, like I said before, 1 teaspoon is worth about 40 billion friendly microorganisms, okay? So when you make it into a mix like this, 4 hours later, it doubles, triples, quadruples itself, right? So it goes to way beyond 40 billion friendly microorganisms. But that's a good thing. You want a good, strong army of friendly bacteria going into your system. That's why these people that live 120 plus years are living on not just plant-based organic foods, but they're also eating cultured foods. They eat kimchi, they eat sauerkraut, culturize them, and make all kinds of foods with them, just like what I'm showing you right now. In fact, the person who showed me was a person who actually studied those people and lived with those people and ate with those people. And that's what they do. So for us, it's a lot more convenient to get a powerful probiotic like this that we were able to put together by incredible experts in the field. But it's a really powerful, beautiful 5-star probiotic. But these 5 bacterial strains that's in here work very synergistically together, but they don't work against each other. But some of them actually break down proteins to amino acids, others break down fats into fatty acids, and others break down carbohydrates into glucose. So it's a win-win-win. And I've been using it for years and years and years, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm telling you, it's just incredible. Well, like I said before, many years ago, when I learned about the efficacy of just eating raw living foods and fresh juices and all that, and fresh herbs, all that was great. So my first 6 months, while I was working on cleansing, healing myself and getting rid of, dissolving that tumor and wiping all that acne and everything else, cleaning up my system. But when I start rebuilding, regenerating my body, because when I did a 40-day water fast, I went on to 100 pounds. And I run 5'9", 160. And so when I went to rebuild my body back up, you know, I had learned how to soak seeds, how to germinate seeds, how to culturize them, pre-digest them and all that. But as I made smoothies and dressings and soups and all that, I noticed my body weight just came right back. And I've been like this for 51 years. And I've been going strong ever since. So believe me, I know some of you don't know me and all that, but I really haven't trained for 53 years, but I got amazing energy and strength going on. And like I said, I'm only 72, but I feel like I'm kind of like, you know, 32 or something. You know, I feel like I'm just getting started in life. And I'm already projecting another 70 years easy, the way I feel right now. But as soon as I get these, I'm on a project working on some recordings, but when I get those done, it's on my bucket list, but I'm planning on going back to training. And when I go back to training, it's over. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. It's over. The things I'll be able to do physically then, like my last mentor, I met him when 27 years ago. I thought he was 41, 42. He was 75. And he could do these incredible feats that was like over the top amazing, beyond anything I've ever seen in life, beyond anybody on the planet. So I know the energy and the strength is here. So I'm just going to say one last thing. I encourage you and invite you to the idea, stop eating things that are dead and start putting life into your body. Put life into your body and get the life out of it. And remember, we can choose to think really powerful, positive, constructive, creative thoughts and create all kinds of possibilities. And remember, you can also choose to love and respect and honor and appreciate this life that you've been given and spread it everywhere you go, creating win-win scenarios. And also you can I can assure you that you can take plants, the fruits, the vegetables, the herbs, the seeds, nuts, whatever, you can soak them, you can germinate them, you can culturize them occasionally like I'm showing you. But you can live this way and live successfully and be able to get you might say, the energy, the strength, the endurance, longevity from it, way far better than what we've been taught and how we've been raised over the years, you know. I didn't know any better the first 21 years of my life, but I learned. I learned by, I guess you might say, getting to that point where I was right there on the edge of my deathbed. And I somehow connected with God, and somehow I got to see what I saw, and I got to hear what I heard, and I did what I was guided to do. And I did these things. I learned these 4 principles. And this is just one of them. You know, learn how to eat, you know, plant-based, raw, living, enzyme-activated, fresh foods that got my health back, and it's kept it well. And so can you. Just know that what I'm saying, I say more than anything, because I love and appreciate you and want you to have the best life you could ever have, as I've been able to experience for 51 years. The year I was born, actually. I've been living this lifestyle 51 years, but the year I was born was 1951. So for me to be 72 and feel this amazing and so in love with life and appreciate life so much, this is what it looks like when you're so grateful you can't stand it. This is what it looks like. Anyway, thank you for listening. Appreciate you.
Well, everyone, that was pretty epic, pretty incredible. Lou is amazing. And he's just, I don't even know what to say. He's one of the most amazing people I know literally on this entire planet. So full of love, so godly, and so many amazing other things. I could spend hours literally just describing him in the most positive way ever. I hope this inspired you to make better habits. I hope this inspired you to try this. This is literally one of my favorite dishes ever. It is so good. It is so healthy for you. And I can't recommend his Pure Line products enough. I will link them down below. I'll link his blender if you're wondering as well, the website, everything, you guys. And be sure to follow for much more content with Lou. We love Lou on this channel. We love Lou so much. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.